figured today I'd do a what's in the bag video, so you can see the kind of equipment I take out on me when I go out and do my photography. I see a lot of YouTubers do this, and I think it's quite interesting just to see what sort of gear they're using, and all the little bits and bobs they carry with them in case of certain photographic opportunities arriving. And as they do, you're out and you see a river or something like that, you want to do a river shot, or you see some birds, you want to do that, or a landscape. You have to have all these different bits of equipment with you so that you are able to take these photographs. So let's get started. First off, I got this is one of my bags. It's just a little normal photography bag, all different compartments inside. Got a nice little tripod as well, which is ideal when you're doing long exposures, because you're not going to be able to hold the camera still in your hands. You're going to get shake, as you've seen in some of my videos. So yeah, so it's just use a tripod just to keep the camera steady, get that nice long exposure. So that's good for that there. What else do we have? Obviously we have my camera itself. So I use the Nikon D3200, which is a really good entry-level camera. I've taken some really good photos with this one. I used to have the upgraded version, the 3300, but now I've just got the 3200, which is still a really good camera. I think it's like 24.5 megapixels, something like that, which is really good. It takes 4 pictures per second, which is ideal for the bird photography, obviously bird in flight. So yeah, it's got a nice size screen on the back to view your images and things. So it's a really good bit of kit, and I definitely recommend, if you're a beginner, that's the kind of camera that I would definitely recommend you getting. I'm a Nikon man, so I'm not going to recommend any Canon cameras to you because I don't have a clue when it comes to Canon. As I said, I'm typically a Nikon man and always have been. Yeah, so what else do we have? We have our first lens, which is our little kit lens, which is the 18 to 55 mil. It has image stabilization on it, which is really good. It keeps that picture from shaking, as I said, even more. It's an autofocus, which is ideal. This one I use for landscapes, long exposures, things like that, because it's got a wider aperture on it, which means you can take larger shots. So say from like there to there, whereas my other lens is pretty much straight ahead. So this one's really good for landscape and, as I said, for long exposures, street photography, portraits, that type of stuff. Yeah, so that's the first lens right there. Second lens is my 300 mil. This is my Sigma 70 to 300. This is the one I use a lot of the time. It's got, as I said, it's got my, this is what I use for my wildlife photography, sorry. So yeah, it zooms out quite a way. So I'm messing around with the focus then. I thought that was the I thought that was the zoom in and out, but no, it turns out that there is it's really hard because it's not. I'm used to it being on the camera, so I've never really shifted like that before. So, but yeah, this one here, as I said, I use for all of my wildlife photography. I'm not going to be able to get a bird in a tree with the little 55, so that's when this one comes out. Again, it's it's not a Nikon, so it's not like the top of the range, but it is really good for its price. I think it's around £100 or less, brand new, and that's really good. And again, I can't recommend this lens enough. This is the lens I started out with, and I don't know if you can see from my other photos and that, but I've got some really incredible shots with this one here. I am after a larger lens though, mainly for shorebirds, because the shorebirds go out quite a way and I can't get out that far. So yeah, I'm going to need a bigger lens for that one there, most definitely. So yeah, so that's the fringe. Let me just switch back to autofocus here, so for when I go back out next. Okay, so let's move on. I use these here, which are a well-needed little tool for landscape. It's mainly for long exposures, and what these are called ND filters, and these basically act like sunglasses for your lens. So say if the light was really, really bright, you would put that lens on the front there. I don't know if that made a difference or not, I can't see the screen, but you would put that in front, and it kind of diffuses the light. It lets you get a longer exposure. So whereas at the moment if I took a picture, like now, it's really, really bright, and the longer your shutter speed is open for, the more light that comes in. So say if I took a 10-second exposure here now, the photo would be just white. So you have to put these on to, like I said, act like a pair of sunglasses, and diffuse the light a little bit, so you can keep that shutter open for longer and get a nice long exposure, like this one here up on the screen now. That was taken at Shaw Prior, which is a stunning place in Devon if you ever go there. It's fantastic landscape. There's wildlife out there and everything. So there's, you know, I had my wedding photography done there, my wedding photos done there by my dad. So this is a couple of them now. So yeah, it's a great little spot, little hideaway. So as I said, can't recommend that place enough either. So yeah, so they're called ND filters, and they start off quite light. You can tell they're unopened. So I should go show how much I use the light ones. But they're basically, if you're doing, I suppose, sunsets, I suppose, like as the light starts to get darker, you're not going to need such a dark ND filter. But if you do need a bit of help, then there is the light ones. So I think they start from a 2, and they go way, way up, but mine only go to 16, which is alright. I could probably get maybe a 10-second exposure in the day, pushing it, but obviously you need longer than that for rivers and things. Just to get the water like glass and nice and smooth. Right, so that's the ND filters. What every cameraman can't be without, and that is a microfiber lens wipe. You're going to need those when you're out and about, just to give it a bit of a wipe. Also the little brushes to clean off the lens there, and the little sponge bit, just in case you've got smear or something, you can just give that a bit of a rub off there. Now, something that's in my camera bag that's not in a lot of photographers' camera bags is smoke bombs. Now, I haven't used them yet, but I definitely intend on using them. I've got a black, white and a red, so I just can't, I haven't been able to think of a photo to take with these yet. I'm thinking maybe a car park with a parked car, having the smoke and stuff around or something, but they're yet to be used. I haven't used those yet. What else we've got here? This is my daughter's camera. It's the Canon PowerShot SX430 IS. Now this thing is a beast. The zoom on this is insane. As you can see that there, that's probably the equivalent of a 400mm lens zoom. The only downside is, with it being such a small lens, in the sense of being small and things like that, you get really bad quality loss when you're fully zoomed out. Whereas the lenses like this are built for that. These here really struggle, especially when imagine you're all the way zoomed out with this little camera. It's windy. You got the shakes. You're trying to focus on a little bird or something like that, and it's all over the place. You end up with blurry shots, and but it is. I say that, but it is still a very good little camera. I've taken some really good shots with this. So is my daughter. She's taken some really good shots with this too. This is a 20 megapixel camera, so that one's really, really good too. When my daughter comes out, obviously she brings this one until I can get another another lens, she can use my 300 and I'll use my bigger one, so we can go out and use the Nikon. So I'm recording now on my wife's Nikon D3200. So because obviously I have to show you mine there. So, yeah, so I'm recording it on my wife's. So my daughter will take my wife's Nikon out with the 300mm lens on, and I'll have my camera with the 400mm, because my daughter's, you know, she's not overly keen on this lens because it doesn't have a viewfinder on the back. It literally just has a screen. So trying to find a little bird on a screen that big, you know, when the sun's glaring out, stuff like that, is really difficult. So she really struggles with that one. But you can get a good picture with it. I've got a lot of different lens hoods, which obviously you need to protect the front of your lens. It stops little bits in it getting onto the front of your lens. And the main thing I carry in my bag, and he's part of quite a lot of my photographs, is Douglas. Now the story behind Douglas is, now we were out, me and my photography buddy, LDB Photography, we were out one day looking, you know, down Saltash. We were going out doing some photography down Saltash in Cornwall, and we saw this little duck sitting on a wall. So we decided to pick him up, and he's been with us ever since. He's like our little mascot now. We carry him everywhere for good luck. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's photography for you. But yeah, that's little Douglas. So, I mean, one of the main reasons I carry him around is that my dad used to be really into photography, and he used to have a mascot. I don't know if you guys remember the Tetley Teabag Monkey. I'll pop some of his pictures up on screen now. Now my dad had a wicked sense of humour like me, so I absolutely love these photos. So yeah, but that's the main inspiration behind Douglas. Well, my dad is the inspiration towards the majority of my photography, back to the days of you know, him doing his photographs in a dark room in my grandma's shed in the back garden. You know, that's gone back a long way, like 1980 something. So yeah, and the last thing that one of the last things I carry in my backpack as well is my, used to be mentioned it in another video, it's my waterproof camera cover. Now this thing is really good. I haven't taken it out to use it yet, but I 100% intend to take it out one day and use it. Let me just pop this on here so I can show you how it works. Okay, so yeah, I might have to, I'm going to put the camera in first and then feed the lens through the hole in the front, just like that. And then, okay, so my arms go through the little holes in the side, lens pokes out the front there like that. You can look it down, there's a little thing like in your PE bag there, so you can pull it tight on the front. Arms go through there. You can see the camera in the back there through the screen. You can use the viewfinder and look through. It stops your camera from getting drenched. Now I wish I had this the other day when it started to shower. That would have been a lifesaver, but I left it in my mate's car, LDB Photography. I left it in his car when we went out. But I have it back now, so I'll be making more use of that. I'm going to mainly use this when I'm doing night street photography in the rain, which we really like. I love the reflective surfaces. Here's a couple of shots we took now out on town. We went to Plymouth Barbican and the Hoe and City Centre, things like that, just to see what we could get. But we had to cover our cameras when, you know, it started to shower, things like that, and it's a shame because, you know, you miss out on a lot of shots. So I bought myself this piece of kit, which I got on eBay for, I think it was £10, and it's awesome. It's an awesome little bit of kit, and I cannot wait to use it and test it properly. You know, get out there in the rain and whatever weather there is, and, you know, just get some stunning photographs of, you know, just the shit weather basically. Let's just pop that back in there. That can go back in there. So yeah, I think that's it for now. I don't really have anything else. I mean, my little side pockets. You know, you got your keys and you got your must have for when you're out and about as well. Coffee sachets. You can have that cup of coffee when you're out and about. So yeah, so that's my equipment. It's not a lot at the minute, but it will do. It's doing really, really good at the moment. You know, it's serving me well, getting me a load of great photographs. So, I mean, like these, for example, these are two of my favourites. I don't know if you can be able to see. I don't know if the light's going to reflect. I'll try changing the lights back that way a little bit more. That's one of my egret shots. That's probably my best egret shot that I've got. I don't know how that's going to focus for you guys, but there.
Excellent!
I should have muted that. I do apologise. Yeah, I got that one there, and an egret just taking off. Let me just mute my phone. I do apologise. Yeah, so my two favourite little egret shots. I apologise if you can't see them. I can't see the screen, so I don't know if they're coming out alright. But yeah, that's it for today. That's going to fall down. Stay up there, please. Thank you. So yes, that's it for today. Hopefully I'll see you again in the next video. I don't know where that's going to be. We go out all different places. I like to go down the creek, as you've seen in a lot of my videos. It's just down the back of my house and it's so full of wildlife. It's unreal. And to have that just at the back of your house is amazing. But yeah, we're going to try and get out somewhere new, hopefully, within the next couple of days or weeks. So yeah, so I hope to see you guys there. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.